Welcome, everybody. Good morning. I'm Jim Vieira, and on behalf of the Council on Aging in the town of Falmouth, I thank you for being here. Today, we celebrate the long-awaited ribbon cutting and opening of our new Falmouth Senior Center. Ribbon cuttings and grand openings provide the opportunity to reflect on all it took to reach this point. As we think back, we certainly recognize that we owe a big debt of gratitude to the many people who worked tirelessly over the past decade to bring this project from the concept stage to completion. It's not been without challenges. It's been a long, hard road to get to completion. There's a saying that where there is no struggle, there is no strength. And if that's true, then this is going to be a very strong building indeed. Reaching a milestone like this can only be achieved through incredible teamwork. We had strong citizen participation in multiple groups, including the site working group, the program committee, and the building committee. All provided countless volunteer hours to make this possible. We were fortunate to have had the support of the Falmouth Select Board and their wisdom in selecting an outstanding building committee made up of industry professionals. Each member of the committee brought a valuable experience skill set. Some of those committee members are here today. The committee members were Patrick Callahan, Michael Duffany, Peggy Nickerson, Chris Simler, Dick Bowen, and myself. Town meeting and the Falmouth voters acknowledged the expertise of this group by authorizing design and construction in one single vote. The Select Board, Town Manager, and staff afforded us the freedom to perform our duty while still providing us with the necessary support and encouragement. We were fortunate to engage professionals in the area of design, construction, and management. Our owner's project manager, Dan Pilata, encouraged us to push the timetable right from the start, allowing us to start construction earlier than we had originally hoped and finish on schedule. I want to congratulate the project design architects and engineers, the team at BH&A of Boston, for their work with feasibility, siting, architectural creativity, and bringing our vision to life. It is truly a wonderful building, as many of you have seen and the rest of you will see shortly. A particular thanks to Joel Bargman, who was the principal of BH&A. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to be with us today, but he was with us right from the start with our feasibility and siting studies. A very big thanks to our construction management company, GVW of East Boston. From the minute they were selected, they brought enthusiasm, talent, and integrity to the project. It was a distinct pleasure on my part to work with them throughout the process and witness the care and thoughtfulness they brought every day. We were very fortunate to have the on-site presence of two of GVW's staff, Mark Frazier and Dat Nigan, who were here on a daily basis and brought us a really wonderful building. It was about 10 years ago that I received a call from then new Senior Center Director Jill Irving Bishop asking me to join the Council on Aging and help restart the process for a new center. I had no idea it would be a decade-long journey. Working with Jill has always been a joy and kept me in the game on those many occasions when I was ready to throw in the towel. I have every confidence that the town of Falmouth has the right leadership in Jill and her staff to get the full potential from this amazing facility. The Falmouth senior community finally has the building they deserve, to be loved, to be enjoyed today and far into the future. So I want to thank you again for sharing this celebration with us. It's my pleasure to introduce Doug Brown, our Select Board Chair, for a few remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Welcome, everyone. Boy, we've had to have the patience of a saint, haven't we, for waiting for this? We watched it go up. I was talking with my mother-in-law a year and a half ago about the opening of the senior center. She was extremely excited. I was going to escort her and her friends in here, and she was pretty proud of me, and I was kind of excited. Unfortunately, Barbara didn't make it to this day. She passed in October, and I'm going to miss her, and she's going to miss seeing this. We're also going to miss out on our trip to Portugal. But I think a lot of people have missed the chance to be here, and I hope we really take advantage of this building and really use it and not just let it sit here. I know the other building was a little small and maybe a little bit underused, but this one is certainly a gem, and it's really going to be a treasure for everybody to use. I think we had some critics about the site. I think we're going to prove them wrong about the site being adequate, and I think it's going to be a really great partnership with the Recreation Committee right next door. So I'm really looking forward to coming back here myself and enjoying it too, not too far off in the future. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. And I'd like to introduce Vice Chair Nancy Taylor, who's now our Select Board representative to the Council on Aging.
Thank you, Doug Brown. And thank you, Mr. Vieira. Today, it is truly an honor to be here. Our town has waited decades for this senior center. You heard Doug Brown speak on behalf of the Select Board, and I echo his sentiments. As the doors open today, I would just like to remind people that while the doors were closed, Jill and her staff continued to service the seniors of Falmouth in an outstanding manner. And I want to thank her for that. I'd also like to add just a couple of personal comments. There's one very special person to me who is not here with us today. My dad, John Mignani. He served this town and its seniors for many, many years. Today is a culmination of his dream as well. And it saddens me that he's not here to share it with all of you. Trust me, he's with us in spirit, and if you listen carefully, you'll hear that laugh. So again, I would like to thank Jill Irving Bishop, Jim Vieira, the Council on Aging, the Friends of the Falmouth Service Center, and the entire town of Falmouth for making this happen and creating a senior center that the entire town can be proud of. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce our town manager, Julian Souza.
Thank you, Nancy. Morning, everyone. We're all delighted to be here. And I thank you all for coming to this long-awaited occasion. My remarks are going to be about thank yous, and I know I will have the misfortune of overlooking some, and for that I'll apologize in advance. But I do want to extend thank yous because so many are in order. I want to thank Select Board Chair Doug Brown, Vice Chair Nancy Taylor, Select Board members Megan English Braga, Sam Patterson, and Angela Scott Price, and their elected predecessors on the board for their vision, their dedication, and their critical support of every fundamental step in this strategic process of planning, financing, and constructing a new senior center, working at all times in the best interest of Falmouth taxpayers and residents. I thank Council on Aging Chair Jim Vieira for his consistent ongoing leadership through this many-year process, including in his role as past chair of both the Senior Center Site Selection Committee and the Senior Center Building Committee, as well as his ongoing role as chair of the Council on Aging. Thank you, Jim. I also want to thank Jim's fellow Building Committee members, as he has noted, but I would like to repeat their names as I had the great personal pleasure of working directly with them as well. Building Committee members Patrick Callahan, Michael Duffany, Peggy Nickerson, Christopher Simler, and Richard Bowen, along with Chair Jim Vieira. I thank them all for their experience, dedication, and their diligence in overseeing and assuring the quality design and construction we have before us. I thank Senior Center Director Jill Bishop for her tireless efforts in planning for and visioning this important multi-year process, and her hands-on guidance and management as we work through the challenging transition process from the existing to the future senior center we have before us, a process rendered considerably more daunting during the COVID-19 pandemic, which resulted in a delay of this long-awaited ribbon-cutting ceremony by about 15 months from March 2020 until today. I thank Assistant Town Manager Peter Johnson-Staub, to whom I delegated significant oversight of this important senior center construction process on behalf of the Town Manager's office. I thank Finance Director Jennifer Mullen for her ongoing commitment of time and professional expertise in guiding and facilitating the town's extraordinary financial stewardship of this very important project. Also a time during which the town earned the unprecedented distinction of a coveted AAA bond rating, just in time to be saving taxpayers money on the borrowing costs for this marvelous facility. I thank Public Works Director Peter McConerty and his colleagues in Public Works for the superior advanced support and assistance in completing a number of mission-critical logistics of this community services complex, this entire site, with the senior center as focal point. I thank Building Commissioner Rod Palmer for his hands-on assistance with multiple critical construction details related to this site. I thank Town Council Frank Duffy for his experience and informed guidance in addressing all legal issues which invariably arise in an important project of this scale and this complexity. I thank Town Planner Tom Bott and all members of the Falmouth Planning Board for their assistance, their guidance, and their support through the challenges and nuances of the overall site planning process. I thank the neighbors in this emerging community services complex. Police Chief Ed Dunn, thank you, Ed. I'm turning the page here, forgive me. Recreation Director Joe Olenek, and soon to be relocated neighbor, Human Services Director Susie Hauptman. Again, this is part of an overall vision for a community services complex serving the residents of the town of Falmouth. Thank you to the many anonymous others, too numerous to mention, who've stepped forward in ways both big and small to support and facilitate the raising of this landmark building. In closure, I extend my personal gratitude and thanks as town manager to our fellow residents of the town of Falmouth, who in May of 2017 entrusted us with a $9.5 million debt exclusion to bring this legacy vision for the seniors of Falmouth into reality. I believe that all will agree that your vote of confidence has been rewarded. Thanks to all. Let's enjoy. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Senior Center Director Jill Irving Bishop. Jill?
Good morning and welcome to the Senior Center. When we did the groundbreaking, I did a little happy dance, and I'm doing the same today. This is an exciting day for our community, and I thank you for taking the time to share in this special ribbon-cutting ceremony. This project went through a rigorous process and years of planning and working together to lead us to where we are today. I know that this is not the big grand opening celebration and party that we had planned back in March of 2020 prior to COVID-19. But we felt having a ribbon-cutting ceremony held outside was appropriate and safe, a way to celebrate the opening of our beautiful new senior center. I too want to take a moment to say some thank yous. Thank you all who have supported the mission of the senior center in serving our seniors throughout the years. This goes out to the Council on Aging board members, friends of the Falmouth Senior Center, all of the town departments. We can't do this without you. Town boards, local organizations, our dedicated volunteers, and our senior center staff. Thank you to all of you and the team that we have. And a special thank you to the Falmouth community for approving this project. Our vision for this project was to build a senior center that meets the current and future services and program needs of the generations of seniors and families that we serve, and to create an environment that will engage and support the healthy aging goals of Falmouth's growing senior population. Mission accomplished. It takes a village, and this village created something truly special. And when you take a walk through the building, you will see exactly what I am talking about. As part of our phased opening, we provided an opportunity for early enrollment, sign-ups, and small group tours for Falmouth residents age 60 and up. And that was done over the past week. And I'd like to share a few of the comments that were made as they completed their tour. One gentleman said that this was the nicest building in Falmouth. Thank you, sir. Another person said that this is the most beautiful senior center they have ever seen. A woman in her early 60s had some friends that had no intention of coming for a tour or enrolling in the senior center. She herself took a tour and was amazed and said that she immediately needed to call her friends and tell them to get here to take a tour and enroll because they're going to want to be part of this building. And many of people commented that this senior center is so much more than they ever expected. This is not just a building. To many, it's a home away from home. And I personally like to think of this as a special gem of Falmouth that brings people together and provides programs and vital services and resources to our community. So on behalf of Falmouth seniors, thank you. If you have not walked through the senior center and would like to do so, you are more than welcome in small groups following the ribbon cutting ceremony. We ask that you please wear a mask while touring inside the building. If you do not have a mask, we can provide one for you. Over the next week, residents will continue to have an opportunity to visit and walk through the senior center, as our scheduled programming will not begin until July 12th. We do ask participants to please continue to be patient as we ramp up in-person programs and services over the coming weeks. We are all truly excited to welcome you to our new home. So let's get this ribbon cut. I'd like to thank you. And I will be doing a happy dance all day long. I'd like to invite the select board members to come up for the official ribbon cutting. Right over here.